Well, hi guys, it's me again, Kyoko. What's up, yo? Well, Mr. Kanye is in big trouble. Vissa Germans. Anyway, I can do a German accent, can't I? God damn it, I thought Germans were white. I thought I was allowed to do any accent of a white person. You feel me? You dig? Remember, he actually said this. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going... You can read it. Please, read it. So anyway, he was going to go... That was a bit harsh. And as I said in my last video, I could just tell he was pissed off with some people of that ilk. But the thing is, it's a very strange thing to you saying you're going to go and, unalive them as a whole, because stupid people read that and they go, yeah, let's do that. And you know who those stupid people are? Well, I can't say their name either, but white pointy hats. And they've been getting very excited by Kanye's definite hatred. But it's like, I don't even think he means half of what he says. He just says shit, and he's very passionate and flamboyant with his words. And it's got him in huge problems. He's been taken off the Forbes list. Let's just say that. He ain't no billionaire anymore. He's just a lowly millionaire. I wouldn't mind being a lowly millionaire. I wouldn't even mind being a thousandaire, but that's just me. And he did go on that podcast, Lex Friedman, a Jewish dude. He was a very cool dude. He listened, and he did also call up Kanye in this interview. But I see that he's actually backtracking. And I'm not calling you Ye. I told you. For anyone that gets upset that I'm not calling him Ye, they can bring that up with Donda. Because Donda named him Kanye, and I'm going with what she named him. You don't have the right to change your name, son. Adidas cutting ties was one of the last companies to do so. Listen to what he said in regards to being a businessman, because it kind of contradicts what he's doing, if you feel me. So this is what he said on the Piers Morgan. It's just a little snippet of how he tackles business.
And my dad, called me and said, the thing that the left fear about Ye or makes me the most dangerous is I'm rich. And that's the point. Tupac told me back in the days, you had to get your money right and then you go to war. So I'm going to war. I don't have endless resources. I only have honestly only maybe $120 million in my account. But what I'm not going to let happen is I'm not going to let my kids take over Yeezy someday and have a boardroom telling them what to do and talking behind their back. I'm not going to let that happen to my children.
But why did he say he was going to war? That was weird. I feel like he's going to war every day, man. He's saying more crazy stuff, more outlandish stuff. And I know he's trying to break the PC barrier that's been put up in the world, but he's not doing it in an effective manner, in my opinion. So let's just have a quick peruse of all the companies that have dropped him in the last 10 days. JP Morgan was the first a couple of weeks ago. The bank, they said, we ain't holding your dirty money anymore, son. So that was number one. And then he did the tweet, obviously, the one I just read at the beginning, and Twitter went, no way, son. So then Instagram followed, Facebook followed. Def Jam Records, that's a big one in my opinion, because he loves Def Jam. Gone. CAA, his agents. I'm happy he's gone from them, actually. I'm happy they actually dropped him, because that's who Kate Hudson works for, and he runs Britney, and I don't trust them. I don't. But anyway, they're a huge agency. Don't come for me. I'm just a koala. You'll never find my address. It's a tree in the bush. So he had a clothing line at Gap. And I'm sure you all saw that a few weeks ago, how his display was a bunch of garbage bags on the floor of Gap. Well, I don't know if he already hated them or whether he was trying to get out of a deal, but that is what ended that one, because they were like, dude, you can't do that. You can't. So Apple dropped him, but not as in having his music on their platform, but they dropped him for something else, and I can't remember. Maybe it's that STEM player that he had, Camille Vasquez. She was going to be his lawyer for all these business dealings, not the case with Kim Kardashian, because that's to do with the custody of the kiddos. But Camille was helping him with all the business dealings, and she's just like, oh God, she's dropped him like, there's no way in hell I can help this guy. He just keeps digging a hole while I'm trying to dig him out. Man, I believe in free speech, obviously, but I don't believe in hate speech. I don't believe in putting one culture down or one race down. And I understand Kanye says black people have been oppressed forever. I get it. But two wrongs don't make a right. Balenciaga is a big one because he loved Balenciaga. They're the big, what is it? What do they call it? Couture. It's, expensive shit. And then Vogue. He loved Anna Winters. She's dropped him. And she knows. She'd know. So the last one that everyone was getting really pissed off that hadn't dropped him was Adidas. And now, let me just remind you that Adidas is German. So I think this is why Kanye said this on Drink Champs about how they will never drop him.
Even taunting Adidas in a recent podcast.
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what?
Guess what,
Yeah,
Mr.
no.
West? We dropped you. I've got some of the meeting here that they had. Check it out.
Do you hear me? Stupid!
Kanye West!
Personally eliminated no less than 11 of our most vicious, brutal, cold-blooded agents.
I'm sure a lot of you don't remember Max Get Smart, the original from the 60s, but yeah, I got way older sisters and I watched a lot of old shows that a lot of people don't know, but man, that is Siegfried and he runs chaos for the Germans. Kanye saying that, what, I can say anti-Semitic remarks and Adidas won't drop him. Was he meaning because they were German, or was he meaning because they make so much money from him? They were pulling in $2 billion a year from his Yeezys. That's a lot of cash money. And that's precisely why he's been taken off the Forbes list, because he's not earning that cash money anymore. Everyone's dropping him like flies, like everybody. And I don't know what his long-term plan is. I think Drink Champs is when he really let it rip. Like being on something for 2 hours and drinking and smoking J's. Whoa, man. I think that's what opened up the trapdoor in his brain. Like a trapdoor spider. But he went on Chris Como. I found that one really funny because he was just driving along like a madman. Like he obviously doesn't respect that reporter. Because anyone that's just driving along on a big news station like this, it's pretty funny. Yeah. And this guy didn't take his shit. No one has actually really taken his shit other than the ones on Drink Champs. That's when he was saying probably the craziest stuff. And those guys didn't pull him up, especially because he was saying all the stuff about George Floyd. Saying that shit didn't happen, the picture that you're seeing right now on your screen, saying that didn't happen is just cruel. It's nothing more, nothing less than cruel. I don't know what his point was. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. But when Donald Trump says you're too crazy, I'm not working with you anymore, you got to start listening. And he called Diddy a FAG. I don't think Diddy cares, man. I swear, he has been on the interview marathon at the moment. Like nearly every second day I see him getting interviewed. And he's generally digging his hole deeper. I believe personally the Piers Morgan one was the first one where people started slightly listening to his crazy talk. Oh, do you remember when he said that being obese is demonic? Oh, shit. See what I mean? How he talks in a very flowery language. He doesn't talk real, he didn't really mean obesity is demonic. He just meant that it's an evil. A lot of the things he said, he needs to go into the cone of silence and just say it with his buddies because it's not helping him. Kim's come out saying, stop it. The amount of companies like that, they are huge companies that have all dropped him or banned him. Like absolutely mega, mega companies. You think about it, what's he going to do now? All he's got is his music, and he is a talented musician. I love his music. I don't love the way he's acting right now, and I kind of feel he's just pushing everyone to actually start realizing that who cares, but he's not doing it. He's not doing it well. You know, saying stuff, any hate speech is just never helpful. And I said in my video, and I made it last week about Kanye, I don't really understand the Jewish type issues in America, because we don't have them here, as in the people and the issues. But doesn't mean that it, just because I don't have it here, it's right or wrong. It's wrong. And man, I really hope you come to your senses soon, Kanye, because there's so many people that adore you and your music and your style and your creativity, but you're just flushing it all down the toilet. For what? For what? And I know you said you don't have a mental illness. I'm sorry. I am so sorry to say that you did have one, but I was just going off that, remember when Kanye was pulled over? I think it was early 2000s, and he had an ounce of ganja in his glove box of his car, and the cops found it, and they said, "What's that for?" And he said, "Well, I got bipolar." And I could not stop laughing. I was like, really? He really said that. And I cannot find an article on it. I know all of you that were around will remember it, because Kanye said he needs that to help his bipolar. Maybe he does. My point is, you said you had bipolar back, even before you'd even met Kim. So to say that when they did put you in hospital, you don't suffer from a mental illness, it was just exhaustion, well, I don't believe that, because I believe the exhaustion exacerbated your mental illness, not the other way around. Because you have said you, Kanye, have said you had bipolar from a very long time ago. And I think you may have forgotten, but I haven't, because I have a memory like a little elefante. I may be a koala, but my brain is like an elefante. You feel me? Yeah, dig. But I just really hope that Kanye can come back and he doesn't try and unalive himself. He doesn't try and do anything crazy like that. I just hope he's got some good people around him. And my one hot tip for Kanye is get some clean clothes and have a bloody shower. I'm sick of you seeing in that filthy hoodie that you're wearing. I don't know what it is all over it, but it's paint or something. And every interview he's got it on, and he's got more paint on it. Like, dude, get some more clothes. Enough already. And go to bed. Apparently Kanye's been like living like a nomad. He doesn't stay anywhere for longer than 2 days, like he's on the run. I think he is afraid for his life, 100%. But the funniest thing I read was he was staying at some 5-star hotel in LA, and he rang down to reception and said, "Can someone go and get me some new clothes from Target?" Why Target? Hey, I'm not dissing Target, but the thing is, I would have loved to have been that person shopping for Kanye. And I think that's the hoodie he's got on. It's from Target. I mean, this guy, why are you on the run? Why do you move hotels every night? Like, yeah, he doesn't have much security either. And as you have been watching the whole time I've been talking, is him just at the Cheesecake Factory on his own, having a milkshake. There obviously is a bodyguard, because there's a guy out in the car waiting for him. But he doesn't seem to have many people around him. That's faux show. And I am so worried that some nut job is either going to unalive him, or he's going to unalive himself, or he's going to be locked up. Like, dude, just chill. Go on a little holiday to the Bahamas or something. Go and lay in the sun. Go and have a swim. I don't know. But just stop it. Because a lot of people love you, and now you're making everyone that actually truly did love you as a fan kind of consider not being it. And that's really sad. I hate that. I really do. Oh, man. I love Kanye's sense of humor, too. He's got a great sense of humor. And he's just, oh, man, he's just flushing everything. People aren't going to respect him forever now saying shit like that. And not backing down and not just going, Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm just, I speak too passionately. But I think he actually did have a hidden agenda, and he truly has been brainwashed by all the arty people saying that, you know, that JEW people rule the world. Hey, did you ever think maybe they're really smart with money? Did you ever think that? Like, I mean, I can say that the Japanese people are the greatest inventors of the world. I could say that Indian people are the greatest at maths in the world. Like, look it up. You can Google it. I'm not saying shit out of line here. So why can't we say that the JWE people might be the best money handlers of the world? And that's why they're all in big business. I don't think it's a diss in that way, but I think the way Kanye said it, which I misunderstood because I'm not around it, that he's gone full conspiracy madman. Rich people run the world. There is a lot of evil in money because money is the root of all evil, but you can't just pinpoint a whole culture and a race. That's a bit out there. You could say this dude, and this dude have pissed me off. And who cares if they're of that ilk? Who cares? You don't need to point out that they are, you know, shalom, shalom. You just don't. But anyway, I'd highly recommend getting a cone of silence and just keep it all in that from now on, Mr. Yeezy, Mr. I West. Because you know, Yee means I. Old English language. His name is I West. The plot will thicken with Kanye, but I'm really starting to get nervous about what's going to truly transpire. Because no one's going to work with him. Thank God he's got enough money to support whatever venture he wants to do, because no one is going to work with him. Anyway, just Kanye, I know you're never going to see my videos, but please always focus on your little kiddos, and you're effing them up, and you're effing up that school that you made as well, the Donda Academy. I feel sorry for the kids that are going there at the moment, because they'd all be pulling out as well. Like, man, you can't do that. You just can't do hate speech. Just remember, you say you love the kiddos and you'll do anything for them. So do this and shut your bloody mouth, you dingbat. Anyway, guys, this plot of Kanye, I West, is thickening daily, as you can see. But I am so worried because he doesn't have a team behind him like Britney making all this BS up. He's actually doing it for real. And that is a huge worry because, man, I hope he doesn't become Poe. He won't become Poe. But the thing is, people are going to start suing him. And that may be his undoing. Because the George Floyd family, 250 mil man. Anyway, Kanye, pull your head in. You ain't all that. Remember that. You're my height. He's 5'8". I'm 5'8". We could battle in an arena together. Just remember that. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. See you tomorrow, guys. Remember to let the good vibes in and the bad vibes out. You feel me? You dig? Cheers, ballers.
How it real, how it real, feels so real. How it real, how it real, how it real, and that feels so real. How it real, how it real, real, how it real, feels so